Biggest thing I think in these issues is making sure you hire an expert early in the process so you can get through these issues and because a lot of times you don't get we don't get the proper documentation on the first request, and so getting somebody involved earlier in these cases I think will you'll have much better outcomes in your case because there's a lot of levels of requests that go on and planning that needs to be done. And so we always try to say is that these are complex analysis, it's complex accounting, it's complex damages, in terms of and so looking at these records, you need to make sure you get the right records so you can have excellent outcomes for your client. We always try to tell tell these companies that make sure they maintain detailed project documentation. Contemporaneous records are really important, you know, and so when there are change orders, it's making sure that the company's following their policies and procedures and having good records, when these issues come up. And so when there are issues, making sure the company has a policy, sometimes people think about accounting policies and procedures and, you know, company policies and procedures, but like when you have these claims or issues in construction, it's really important that you let everyone in the company know. So if you need things done differently, that you have the ability to track things in a way, identify them in your system, um, in your, financial accounting system, as well as, the contemporaneous records to identify what would be an additional cost versus not, something that's not an additional cost. Again, you want to organize all the original documents and correspondence by project phase, contractor, vendor. And the last thing we wanted to talk about a little bit is just, be careful not to be double counting on certain, sometimes there can be multiple damages claims. And so, you only can get the same thing once. And so when you have double counting issues, making sure that, that you've thought through those issues and, avoid any issues on double counting that may come up.
And I would add, as an expert, one of the things that really helps us, let's put aside documentation and getting all the discovery that we need. But the other thing that can be extremely helpful in helping us to understand quickly what's going on is if either the client, the owner, or you as the attorney have prepared some sort of detailed timeline as far as the events, the timeline of events and things that occurred. We will prepare one if we have to, of course, so that we understand that. But that is extremely important because it gets us a quick understanding of what all's going on and when things occur, and then we can look at the different records and things we need. With that firm understanding of the timeline up front, it really can make our work more efficient.